Hello, Eden. This is Boppie in Calgary, and here's the story of Sports Day from Fern Hollow. You see all the badgers and all the animals having their sports day. Like all the books, they start off with a map of Fern Hollow, and I'll bring the map and we'll have a look at it when I come and see you next. So here's the story. It was still very early in the morning, but some of the Fern Hollow animals were already busily preparing for the sports day, which, as usual, was to be held in one of Farmer Bramble's fields. Spike and Patch had been given the job of painting the white lines for the running lanes. Meanwhile, on the edge of the field, Mr. Chips whistled happily to himself as he went about the business of putting up a refreshment stand. "It's beginning to look quite splendid, Mr. Chips," exclaimed Mr. Acorn, who was supplying the cakes and the buns. "It certainly is," agreed Mr. Crackleberry, rolling a big barrel of orange juice off the back of his wagon. "I hope the weather stays fine, though. There's a big black cloud over on the horizon." You see, there they are getting ready. There's the big black cloud. At Trundleberry Manor, Lord Trundle packed the sports day prizes into a trunk and carried them out to his car. He too noticed the dark cloud on the horizon, but was in too much of a hurry to give it much thought, and jumping into the car, he drove off to the sports field. Suddenly, as he was driving over the bridge by the Jolly Vole Hotel, Lord Trundle's car hit a big stone lying in the road. So here he is getting ready to go. There's a big cloud, but he's not really noticing it, and he's getting into his old car. It was such a hard bump that the trunk containing the prizes shot off the roof. And with a great splosh, it landed in the River Ferny. Can you say splosh? Splosh! Splosh! You see the rock under the tree? Splosh! Luckily, the trunk floated, but it was soon caught in the current and swept away down the river. "Oh no!" panted Lord Trundle, rushing along the river bank. "Whatever shall we do?" The sports day prizes would certainly have been lost if it had not been for Sigmund Swamp, who was out fishing and, seeing the trunk floating by, cast out his line and caught it, just as if it was a great big fish. It turned out that Sigmund Swamp had quite forgotten that it was the sports day, and it was very pleased when Lord Trundle offered him a lift in his car. By the time they arrived at the sports field, the tug-of-war was about to begin, but the big black cloud was now directly overhead. Each of the two teams, led by P.C. Hoppet and Brock Gruffy, got a firm grip on the rope. Boris Blink slowly raised the starting pistol, and bang! The contest began. And here they are. You can see P.C. Hoppet. There he is, right there. A few moments later, the big black cloud burst and the rain came pouring down, and in next to no time the field became waterlogged. The tug-of-war team slipped and slid around in the mud, fell into the puddles, and looked quite ridiculous. Everyone ran for the shelter of the trees or the refreshment stand, where they all stood around looking very glum. Can you look glum? Not glum. Glum. It looked as if the sports day would have to be cancelled. The sky was now completely covered with clouds and the rain was falling harder all the time. Oh, pictures. Look at the rain. Oh, no. Then Lord Trundle had a wonderful idea. Everyone is invited to Trundleberry Manor, he cried. We'll hold a sports day indoors. And all the animals agreed that it was a very fine idea, and they quickly made their way to the manor. There's the manor, and it's raining. The sack race was held in the great hall and was won by Dipper Croaker, who, being a frog, could hop further and faster than anyone, even in a sack. The egg and spoon race up and down the main staircase was great fun. Clarence Hoppet was in the lead for most of the way, but he dropped his egg and Dusty Rusty won by a whisker. Then came the special event, the banister slide. And the contestants slid down the banister and flew off the end and landed on a mattress. Spike Willowbank won this quite easily, but he overshot the mattress and landed on top of Brock Gruffy. No! When the games were all over, Sigmund Swamp set up his camera to take a picture of the prize-giving ceremony. Smile, everyone, said Sigmund. Can you smile? Cheese! Everyone did smile, and it made a marvelous picture. Oops. A marvelous picture. There we go. And so here we are in Fern Hollow. There's Mr. Chips's house. And here's the Jolly Vole Hotel. Here's the River Fernie. And up here, this is Trundleberry Manor. Way up here, big house. Here we go. Okay, that's it for now. I love you.